Welcome to Enhance Your Business with Free from Miami Tools. My name is Connie Nieto. Today's course is an exciting class where we're going to show you different items such as eProperty Watch, Savvy Card, a section of Remine Pro, and EDDM to enhance your business. Remember that June is Free from Miami month, as well as month for renewal, if you remember. Consider if you're a member coming into the main page and clicking through and renewing your membership. Our class today is a new class. It is for June for Free from Miami month. I noticed that Maggie has already been sending you information. Maggie is available to answer questions via the chat. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Again, the course today is Enhance Your Business with Free from Miami products. We're going to start by featuring a product called eProperty Watch. To go ahead and log in, we need to come into miamirealtors.com and click to log into the gateway either on the very top or scroll down and click onto the Miami Gateway. Once we're here, that will bring us into the Gateway dashboard. And our idea here is to look into Matrix. You click into Matrix, the Matrix icon, and that will bring you into the Matrix homepage. I'm sure all of you have taken Matrix 101, right? And have participated in a class that explains the items here on this page. Go ahead and move around and find your eProperty Watch. What is eProperty Watch? What does it do? What can we use it for? It's to show, and on a monthly basis, send an automated email to your customers, past, future, right? And present. What's it good for? To keep in touch. It initially sends out an invitation. We will walk through the steps on adding your customers. We will walk through the steps on sending it out. We'll show you a preview of what they get and what they see. What's great about this is that even if you're working with someone who's renting, so you're initially working with a rental, they may be really interested in the area that they're renting in. So it may be a great idea to make them participate on eProperty Watch. Know market activity, neighborhood activity, home values in the area, what are the trends, and more. Now, for you to go ahead and log into the first time, it's rather simple. You simply come to eProperty Watch and click in it. That will then lead you to the dashboard. Now, if it's your first time clicking in, you're not going to get to the page just like this one just yet. You will come to a landing page that explains to you a little bit about eProperty Watch. You will select free from the MLS or where it says free, and it'll take you to another page, right? Or open up another page, and that you will go in and put in your information that's required there and set a password. Once you've done that, it'll automatically link from then on single sign-in directly from Matrix's homepage. And you'll be in the page like this one, but of course it'll be empty because we need to come in and put our information. eProperty Watch is a dashboard for you to monitor when your customers open up the emails that you send. Be in touch with them on a monthly basis. Let them know that you're their realtor. Give them great information on what's happening in the market and keep up to date and posted with them. Why is this so important? In a day and age where people get information quick and fast just by picking up their phones, you want to be available to the customer. It's also a by invitation. So it's a great way for you to go ahead and be able to say, hey, I'm sending you something. You're going to get an email. Accept the invite, and it's going to send you every month an update on what's happening in your area. This is good for family, for friends, for acquaintances, for those folks that you have from the PTA, from the Parent Teacher Association, or from your local groups, or whatever it is that you belong to, because you can add them in. What you need, and I need you to think about this before we start using it, is to give the appropriate information. You're going to need the person's first and last name, email address, but you're going to need the physical address. And this, if you're just getting started as a realtor, is a great way to start creating your spreadsheet of contacts that you can then use, right, in a customer relationship manager tool. You can put into Matrix and more. Why I tell you those distinct things that you need? Because most of us will worry about getting the person's first, last name, phone number, and email address, but we forget that we sell real estate. So we need to also gather that one last piece, which is the physical address. All right. And that with that information, you could get started. So you could test this out. You could use it. You could send it to yourself. I think it's a wonderful tool. It is free for you our Miami members, not free to the association. They go ahead and they pay for you to be able to use this service so that you can maintain this contact and have a monthly newsletter for your customers. Now, with that said, I want you to note a couple of things before we get started that you can see the recently invited here, and it'll tell you even how long it's been. You can see client information. You can see how many are confirmed, how many properties have been sent, the total amount sent. And why do I have so many sent and so few? Well, maybe I've sent some and then I've started to delete because I see there's no interaction. I see email subscription movement, right? The open rate, the click rate. I have here on my Prime button an import button, right? Which allows me to bring information directly from Matrix because this is a CoreLogic product, so it is connected. But before we do any of that, I want you to notice that there's some personalization and branding. So my image, my photos here, it does say welcome me. And how do I go ahead and make sure that you've added your photo? Well, let's do that. We're going to come to the top bar and we're going to click over to the settings area. Give me a second. Not sure what happened there. Let's go back. We can come into the user settings over here. We'll do that. Oh, I see. It's trying to get me. Give me 1 second. Let me go ahead and close out. Add some items open. We'll come back to Matrix and get you started. There we go. We're back in mine. I'm going to go ahead and click onto the settings again. And here we are in the settings area. In the settings area, like everything that we show you, every time you open a product, you must make it yours. So to make it yours, you go ahead and you make sure that the sponsor name shows as you would like it to, that you've written in your designation. So ePro, TRC, PSA, whatever it is that you've earned, go ahead and put it in. You haven't earned any? Well, make it a goal for your first couple of years or during this year to go ahead and earn it. If you're renewing and you renew before June 8th, you could get a free NAR designation or certification that comes with your renewal. Office name, this is your brokerage, right? Tagline, take a minute. And if you use a tagline continuously, whether it's yours or your office's or whatever, add it in. Remember that this all goes through the internet and people do open it up in browsers. Website. If you have a website, go ahead and add it in. I'm going to go ahead and take a second and show you. I'm going to copy mine, open up an additional item, paste it in. Right. And this is actually a link tree that I've created. Linktree is for free. We do talk about it just a little bit in our social media classes. I like pink, so you can see that mine is in pink, but I have social media tips and others. What have I done here? Linktree is for free initially, and you can actually have a landing page with links to so much. So I wanted to show you that this is a way for you to have a place where you can engage your customers, an additional one, right? And I use it as my website. Notice here that I even have hurricane guides, etc. Information on Matrix, clear cooperation, right tools, and so much more. So you could go ahead and put all of your social media sites, any tips, information that you'd like to share with your customer. I'm going to go ahead and copy my URL and come back into the settings area. I'll delete so I can show you and paste it in. So whether it's your website, the landing page provided by your office, the one you created in Matrix, open up a tab, copy, and paste it in. And your agent ID, of course, is, right? The agent information that's yours. It's what you use to log in. So that's the numbers for your license. All righty. Continuing, we have contact information, and make sure you come in and you put your updated email address. Just type it in. Okay. Put in your mailing address. Always reference your office, right? A phone number, very important. And then here comes the branding section. Here where I have choose file, you will go ahead and add your photo. Please make it less than 5 years old that looks like you, right? So that they can recognize you. Recognition is a big thing. You know this. And then your logo. Take a minute and make sure to add in your company logo. If you don't have it right now, go ahead and ask for it, request it from the office, right? Or go ahead and get it from the site. Once you've added in your photo and logo by simply clicking the choose, come down and select the equal opportunity housing. And yes, if the system would like to send you leads, you want them, right? They're free. You can click it here. Once you've done all of these items, you would come down to the very end and click Save Your Profile. Now you're ready to send stuff. Why? Your picture's in it, your logo's in it, your contact information is in it, links to your site. So you've prepared to send. I didn't say that we have 2 certifications. I said that you could get one. If you're renewing member, and you renew before June 8th. And there are certifications and designations. Okay. Now continuing, and thank you so much, Maggie, for answering those questions. If we have time towards the end, I'll show you some information about that. But let's go ahead and enjoy the class. Learning about certifications and designation is something that you guys can do by visiting the education tab, miamirealtors.com/education. Please note also that your Miami trainers, all 4 of us, have earned several designations to make sure that we offer you the very best. Okay, continuing. Now we're going to come back to the dashboard. We branded it. So if you've added your photo and you've added your info, right? You have information here. You're going to see that your picture comes up. We want this because then when you send the invitation emails, they will show. I have some confirmed statuses, and I want to show you that from this very main page, you can actually come and click import, and it'll ask you to bring to the client information your info. It found 113 new contacts to go ahead and import from Matrix. It'll do it that quick. My only hesitation here, right? My only hesitation with the import is how many of us go into Matrix and just put the person's first, last name, and email address. So there's no associated property address, right? So I always think that maybe this is a time where we can go ahead and clean and use info. So you can do this, you can import, right? And click to send the invitation to all of those that you have in Matrix, but it'll go without property info. And one of the engaging elements of eProperty Watch is to give information on the property and market activity. So another route that you can do is actually come to the very top and click clients. You could go to Matrix and export so that before you bring it into here, you already have added that physical address. If you want to import, once you've clicked on clients and you have an external spreadsheet or CSV file, you go ahead and you click import, right? Import from, and this is what we did before directly from that dashboard page, but you can actually import from a CSV and align the columns to fit the info. If you are starting now, and let me tell you that you could have been in the business 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, it's always a good idea to clean your contacts. So there's also a sample import file available here that you can click and download, and it'll give you the columns that are required for eProperty Watch that could actually get you started. So no matter how long you've been in the business, whether it's 2 days, 20 years, this is something that you can start from here. That's if you want to import a bulk of them at a time. If you're like me and you like to do things just one at a time, right? You can come into the client area. Okay, right back here. And notice that I have a few. And you can add one by one. So we've talked about importing from the MLS, importing directly from a spreadsheet, and you can actually click new and start importing. So I can actually put in here the person's information and start putting in, let's see. You start putting in their info and you get here. So let's say this person was renting here and we see that the owner is an LLC. That's fine. We notice here the first, the last name, the email address, the property address, and we're going to click send. Now it's send them an invite. Fabulous. Alrighty. So now I want details on my customer. What happens if my customer is an investor and has several properties? I send them information on their first property, but I want to add additional properties to their profile here. I can do so. I'm going to come and open up my customer here by clicking on details. Notice that I can see how many properties they have, what they've confirmed, and I click on details. I can see initially, right, items that have been added. I can see the addresses. I can come and add an additional property, but they first have to do what? Accept the invitation. So here's a tip. If I come in and I send this to 100 and some people, 200 people, I'm not going to have the time to go ahead and call and text each one. But if I took a minute every day, did 2 or 3 of these, and actually followed through and said, listen, hey, I'm going to go send you a market activity report for you to know what's going on in your area. It's going to contain some vital info on market trends. I want you to have it. You're going to get an invite first. So, and as you're speaking to them, you click the invite and check your email to see if you got it and go ahead and accept it. You're going to get it on a monthly basis. It's for free. There's no strings attached. It's just to let you know what's happening in the area. You'll probably have a great result rate. If you're a texter, like some of us are, you might go ahead and want to do that and say, hey, I just sent you an email, right? And it's from eProperty Watch, and it's to give you some market trend and information in your area. Go ahead and click through when you have a minute and accept the invite. So on a monthly basis, you'll get an update on the property that you're interested in, the property you're renting in, the property you've invested in. So that'll make it a little more what? Personal, and probably will give you a higher open rate. But you have the ability here to see what they've gotten and send it. Okay. Now, what do the emails look like? What do they get? What can I do? Can I remove a property? Sure. I can come in and click to remove a property. By clicking remove, I mark the OK and I remove the property. And to add, I click add a new property and I go ahead and put the property address and click submit. So a person can have several addresses and get several market details from eProperty Watch. Now, you're going to see if they're confirmed, the invites, the properties, the deleted properties, the notifications, and the contact info. But what do they get? Well, give me a second here. I'm going to open up my email and show you an example. Here I have an example. Robert has sent me information on 700 Causalina Concourse, a home, right? And I get this information here. Please note that I see his details, his branding, photo, logo, right? I get the property value and if it's gone up, I get some info on renovation, etc. My customer would receive exactly this once they accept the invite. And all they have to do is click that more about the house, more about the property, and they get this wonderful page with valuation, accuracy, change in value estimation, estimated equity, mortgage balance, current mortgages to the property, first, second, additional mortgage info, recent sales of similar properties in the area, homes in the area. They also come to the very top and click on details. This is a detail on their property. Location, site, characteristics, last sale tax and info, building features, comparable properties in the area, and historical sales records. Neighborhood. They can come and see the neighborhood activity. Building permit, recorded sales, refinance, liens. Trends. Trends and information, median sale price, distressed property information, and valuation in the area. All of this because you sent them one email and they accepted an invitation. If you're doing a presentation to someone, you might want to add one of these in as an example to let them know that this is what they could get with working for you. And sometimes it's just nice to have a little copy around. So if you're starting to engage people and go out a little more, go ahead and get their information. And then note, we have this tendency to grab info right now, first name, last name, email address, and right, we forget the physical address. So get their physical address and phone number, and you can start sending them e-property watch. I hope you've enjoyed this segment. This is probably one of my favorite items. Again, we came into Matrix and it's right here, e-property watch. All right. Uh, Going ahead, we're going to go ahead and talk a little bit about Savvy Card. I'm going to go directly to the Savvy Card page. We've sent you links here with information. We have great tutorials on Savvy Card. It was an award-winning product and service when I first started here many moons ago, over 7 years ago. And what is this for? Especially right now in the age that we are, we've noticed that we've had a change in trend. How many of you about a year and a half ago would greet everyone with a handshake, a hug, a kiss, right? We were, everything was in proximity. And right now, 6 foot distancing, some of us are still wearing our masks, even though we're vaccinated. So, it's different. It's different out there with the pandemic. So what is this good for? Well, we still interact. You still have to meet people and you want to exchange information. So I see this as a better than a business card. I really do. How many of you will forget your business cards when you go out, but you will never forget your cell phone? Now I want to see the chat pop up. Tell me, how many of you have your cell phone next to you right now? Just one? Maggie, do you have your cell phone? Oh, Maggie's helping people. I shouldn't have bothered her. So, I have it right next to me. I mean, thank you, Randy, for the thumbs up. We have it. So here's my take on Savvy Card. You have one for free. You probably have received hundreds of emails from Savvy Card. If you have not started to use yours, I highly recommend you do. All of our products and services have landing pages. And I want to show you this because I want you to see me type it. Do you see me type it on the screen? miamirealtorslive.com/, and it's Savvy Card. I'm going to click enter. There is a page dedicated to the Savvy Card. There's one for e-property watch as well. And it has the fast access items here. The easiest thing you could really do is to go through your email. And if you don't throw everything away, is search Savvy Card and click to engage. Let's say that none of this works for you and you're like me, I need to go to the page to find the info. That's why I took you directly to savvycard.com. Okay, savvycard.com. Here I have Savvy Card, right? And one of the things that I like to show, okay, is that on the very page, there's a real estate button. But what really is this? This is an engagement tool. How many of you have a circle of family or friends that you're close to that you could actually say, hey, I have this business card, this card that I can send to you. And you can look like an app on your phone. Can you keep it? So if somebody asks you about real estate, you can go ahead and just click share and send it to the person, their email or their cell phone, either one. You have a circle, what we call a circle of influence, right? Or a circle of people that we know. Do it that way. What else do we have? You engage someone, you meet them, right? And right now, I don't know if you feel comfortable shaking hands or doing our typical local South Florida greeting. Yet you have your cell phone and you might want to tell them, hey, if you're really interested or you want to find out information on your area, because remember that the first engagement could actually be that they're just like, oh, you're a realtor. What's happening in the market? I see that this, like, oh, let me send you market information. I can send you the e-property watch. But to do that, what do I need? So this tool, this electronic business card and referral system, and I like to take a minute before I show you to explain the product, is actually just that. It is an electronic business card and it is a referral system because when you share it with someone, they can share it with someone else. That's why I told you that if you have a circle of people that you can share with them and ask them to save the app. Save it on their home screen. It looks like an application and they can share it too. But for your potential customer, how many times you would be tempted to actually give them a business card that right now people may not want to take. Number two, even if they do take it, what happens with business cards when you take them? Tell me, do you keep them? Do they go in the wash? Do you get to the car and empty out your pockets? Or does it go like mine, well, I don't use that anymore, not currently, but I had that 30-pound huge purse and it will go to the very bottom. They get lost and tossed. While if I was engaging my customer, I'm sending them an electronic business card and I can actually choose to keep, depending on what they provide me, get their email or their phone number. Isn't that one of the things that I need to continue to engage? That's why the Savvy card is so amazing. So you can tell them, let me send you information. Let me send you this. Let me send you that. Let me send you my electronic business card. It'll have your name, it'll have your info, and I'm going to show you how. If you've never used it before, you can go directly to the miamirealtors.com/savvy card page or click to real estate here under savvycard.com. You can see the learn more. And the association gives you one for free. All you have to do is click to get your Savvy card, put in your email address, right? Put in your email address and click submit. Why do I tell you to do this? We need it. You want to have something to send. Click send. Now you could upgrade and put your photo like you see it here, etc. But I want to show you what you get for free. So I'm going to go ahead and log in. When you submit, you're going to get an email. That email is going to tell you to click through, follow the instructions, and you'll get your Savvy card. And you'll be able to log in just like I am right here. Okay. Go ahead and log in. The one that you get free from Miami is this one. And I want to show you what it looks like. So we're going to click to view the card. I love the look. It'll have your brokerage name at the top, your name. It'll have the buttons that you choose to add, and it'll have your Miami Realtor member. And it even has, for Realtor members, because this is my sample one, this isn't the one I have, a listing search, right? A find you and a share button. What this does is once you've set yours up, you can actually copy and paste this. You can send it to WhatsApp. You can post it on social media. You can make it a part of your link tree. You can make it the link to Instagram for them to come and see you. You can add your social sites to the page. You can add all little websites that you create. Anything that you want and information, you can put it here. What's nice about this is that it functions on the cell phone. It functions through the means that we communicate in. So texting, WhatsApp, etc. And you can post it to social media. So to me, it's just advantageous all around. Last month was social media month, and this is one of the products that we told you to share. Why? It's a great look, it's feel, and it's easy to use. The person that receives this and actually opens it can click to call you, click to email you, text you. They can share it themselves, right? And then this, since it is a URL on their cell phone, if they open it up, they can save it to the home screen. You are going to, of course, save it to your home screen on your cell phone once you've updated it. So before we share it, always have to make it yours. So let's go back in and let's brand it. I'm going to come and brand mine, right? The one I have up here. And I'm going to click. Once you log in, the first thing you're going to do once you've obtained login is edit this card. If you're interested in the upgrade with a photo, you can actually go ahead and leave them a message and they will contact you. It's a one-time fee. Do you need to add the picture and go through that expense? No, you don't. An electronic business card does not need that. But if you choose to have it, you have the choice and option to do it directly with Savvy Card. What you get for free is quite amazing and I love it. So I'm going to edit the card. You click edit the card and it's going to bring you to a list of items. The first one is the background that already comes and the picture. Unless you're going to upgrade, you should not add it here. You should talk to Savvy Card. So we're going to talk about the other items, the buttons. Take a minute and edit your card. Everything that shows here in green means that you've said yes, that you want it to appear on your card. If it shows in red, it's because you have not added it or you have not completed it. How do you select the button style? Well, there's options. You can have the blue, you can have a gray look, etc. Pick the one you like. Once you've selected it, you preview it here to your left, you click on save. So that's the first drop down. Button style saved, I click on it, and now I have call. Same action. I come in, I need to put in my phone number. I type it in. I tell it yes, that I want the button to show. I click save. And now I click that again, expand the next one, which is text, put in my information, put yes, and continue. I have one for email, meaning that they can click and email me, put the email where you would like to get this, put yes, and click save. I have a find me. This is about your office location. This is for them being able to connect and contact you. Save. Come to the very top. Okay. About me. I have it blank. I know I have info, but I always like to show you. I don't have a video URL about me. I don't want to put in information. I'm not ready yet. I don't have to select it. So what does it say on the bottom? No, hide this button. Okay. And I go ahead and I hide it. There's one about the company that I work with, so I can have some detail, a small blurb. And if I want it to show on my card, and I click yes. Okay. We come to the top here. And then the ones that I really like. Yes, I have favorites in this system. There's the contact info, which is a repeat, the recommend. This is actually if you work with other companies, you can come in here and either add their savvy card or add another. So if you work with a title company or you have a lawn guy or you have an AC repair and you want to recommend them, you can put them here. I think that's a great tool. But the ones that I really, really like, my sites. If you come to class with us, you're going to see that you have a new home source professional. You have a developer showcase. You can put like a pre-construction site. You have your website that you've created and more. So what could you do here? Here under my sites, you can put all of those little sites, just like I showed you on Linktree. And this is a search engine optimized card. It is Google based. It does share information. So you can come into Clear and click on other and add the info. Okay. Put yes and click save. Now, I'm going to remove this one, right? And I'm going to come to social. I've done the same thing with social media sites here. I have the social and it allows you to add from Dreamy and Art, Dribble, Facebook, Flickr, Forest, LinkedIn, Twitter, Vimeo, YouTube, Instagram, Pinterest, and Ning. So let's say you have one of these, none of these. So you go adding them and the site that you're creating will update. To me, this is fabulous because in one consolidated place, one electronic business card or referral system, you'll have all of your little contacts and you can share it in all the means that we share info to. Now I'm going to come to the very top and there's an icon view. Once you save that, this is how it could be previewed on your phone, right? You can come and look at the settings and actually put items. Did you know you can name your card? You can put a name to your card. I have real estate instructor. You could put realtor, realtor associate. You want it listed, unlisted, or inactive. This is your choice. I have mine as listed so that other Savvy Card users can see me and you save on both. Okay. And then you come to the marketing. The marketing allows you to even create a signature. If you decide to upgrade and put the photo, you can select from the ones with image. If not, you can select from the two. So if you're looking to have a signature and you haven't created one, you can select one of these and then come select the email, right, that you have, and then ask it to generate a signature and follow the instructions of cutting and pasting and clipboarding and putting into your email. Not only does it offer you this, but it also offers you a QR code. And here I'm going to ask you, how many of you have an iPhone? And even some of your Androids will allow you to. If you go ahead and you put your camera on the screen, it'll give you a pop-up that tells you to open the Savvy card and you will be able to open my Savvy card. Why do I do this? So you can see how easy it is to use. You have the Savvy card open, so you could actually come and right click, right? Save this image and start to use your QR code. Not mine, yours, right? But this is why it's so important to keep the Savvy card updated. If you start to use it, you can put this on anything, print it on anything, put it on a flyer, and all they have to do is take an image or have a QR reader and they will be able to go ahead and get your information. If you were able to take a picture of mine, let me know. Look at Randy saying to put him as a title company. That's hilarious. Wonderful, Randy. I like it. Right? Did any of you test to see if you could take a picture of the QR code? If you have now my Savvy card, you know that you can actually click to call, right? And you can go ahead and do it because I have it on off. You can click to email, click to text me. You can actually share my card, and you can go to my sites and click more and get more. I want you to see what yours can look like. Do you see how easy it is? I love that. You also have a search engine optimization area where you can add in your title, engine description, and your social media description. So the same thing that you would use for a social media or a site, you can add it in, and then some keywords. And if you want, take a minute and look at the ones I have here: real estate together, because some people write it that way, Miami candle. So you would put the areas that you farm and prospect in. Find a home, luxury living, waterfront living, South Florida living, South Florida life, coastal life, whatever you want to put. And you can then go ahead and save. Once you've done this entire process, you're done with your Savvy card. And this is what you're going to do next. You're going to come to the top. Once you save, come to my Savvy cards, and you're going to send it to a mobile or share this card, whichever you would like to do, right? And you go ahead, I'm going to click send to a mobile. And what you do here is you go ahead and you put in your phone number, because you're going to be the first person you send it to, and you click send. It'll tell you that it was sent successfully. What does this do? The other feature that I love is you send it to yourself. You're going to get it in your text. I already got mine. But there's a feature here that I love. You will get an email every time that either you share it or someone that you have shared it with shares it. What's nice about this? Let me come and show you. Let me open my Savvy card, view my card. It works on the mobile device. It works on an iPad, on a tablet. It works. So the person now has this, or you have this on your mobile device, and you can click share. So instead of handing that business card, you go to your mobile device and you can share it to an individual or to social media. But this is what I wanted you to see. If I give someone a business card, we all said that we knew that they might lose it sooner or later. But if I share here, I put the person's name, I put the person's email or phone number, I send them a message, and I can share it. What did I just do? So I say, hey, let me send you my electronic business card. You want an email, or you want me to text it to you? Oh, a text. All right. So you would have put here their mobile device. I have now sent myself an email when I click share this Savvy card that has that person's name and either email or phone number. So I meet you today, and now I have a way to contact you in the future. Key and essential part of business is to be able to communicate. Yes or no? I get this for free with a Savvy card. Okay. I just wanted you to show you how dynamic it is. I wanted you to see how easy it is to use, and I want you to use it. Alrighty, the next element and item that we're going to talk about is Remine Pro, and just a segment of it, just a segment. Okay. So let me come back into here. Okay. And we're going to come back to our gateway, and here is Remine. I believe I already have it open. So you would click here and it would open up your Remine. There's a whole Remine class. We're actually giving a 90-minute course this month to give you everything that it does. I'm here to show you how to get info and start working in it. I want you to see how you can engage your customers with it. Potential. So we're going to come to the search area here. And I'm going to ask you in the chat, I need the first one to send me a zip code. While you're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and clear my filters. Look at you guys. Hey, I see some return users. We'll try to do both. Hey, thank you, Daniel, Randy, Claudia, for being there. I'm going to come to the very top here, and a zip code is huge, but we're going to go ahead and use it. 33004. Why am I doing this? Because I want you to see how much info you have here. Remine has a whole segment area on predictive analytics, looking into information, but I want you to see how you can capture and work in an area. So now I have here a piece of Fort Lauderdale that Daniel has sent me info. And these are all the properties that are available. Too much, right? So what if I wanted to take this area here and I want to see people, that I'm going to zoom in a little. And by the way, I didn't know. That's why I asked you guys to help me out. So I'm going to come to an area, right? And I'm testing. I want to zoom until I see the parcellation in the blue dots. So I'm going to start here on the northwest piece of 33304. And I'm going to look here and I'm going to click for ownership time. And I'm going to look for people that have been around for 15 plus years. So let me remove this for a second. And let me show you. There are 381 results here in my unmapped, unmarked area, just what's showing on screen. But I want to reduce this. Maybe I want to talk to people that have been owners for a while. Why? Because if they've owned for a while, people that own for more than 7 years and start to stay lose sight into the value of their property. So maybe I want to create a mail out to these people, letting them know I'm a realtor in the area and making myself known. I can come in here and click apply. All right. And I have now 70 results, a more manageable group, right? I can say that this month I'm going to write to these people. But what do I write? How do I send it? Who's going to pay the postage? Where am I doing my printing? I need to do a little filtering, correct? Because notice that if I select all here on the top right here in the select area here, I have the map and I have a view of the properties. I'm going to get a couple of properties here that are for sale. Even though this was canceled, this closed in the last 93 days. I don't know if I want to do that or not. This one's leased. Maybe I don't want to do that. So I need to clean a little, but I have a couple of people here that I could use. So I have 67 selected. I want you to use Remine as a tool. Sometimes you need to engage your potential area. You need to make yourself known. And a mail out is a great way to do it. You can actually come into here, right? And create a cart. And we're going to call it 33304 plus 15 years residence. So I'm making myself known. I click return. I add my properties to here. What am I doing here? I'm preparing for a mail out to make myself known in my area. I've chosen a group of people. Can I choose differently? Sure. I could have done sell score and only selected people that were in medium and high sell score in my area, right? I'm going to remove the ownership time and come back to sell score. I could have done, like I said, medium and high. Apply. And that would have given me another set of numbers. I could use any one of the filters here in Remine. I could have said, okay, forget the sell score. I want to deal with renters. So I could actually have come here and done absentee, in-state owners, apply, and chosen to do that. And there's 57 results. It's an endless a possibility. Sell score. Sell score of high is that they're looking to sell within the next 6 months. Sell score of medium is 12 months. Sell score of low means that no interest or 18 months or more. So they're looking. They're doing something actively, and the system has collected the data that they're looking to sell. Okay, so it's interesting because when you look at this, and I invite you to a Remine class, I'm here to show you that card because I want you to be able to use what you gather from here to do the following. Now, I showed you that you could look at the different filters, but I created one already. So I'm going to come to the cards. And I did that one for 15 plus, right? So I have my zip code here. Here are my 67 properties. I can actually choose here all of them, and I can click to export. Maybe I want to create a personalized letter and have the info. I can actually click more and print mailing labels. Select either the property owner, which in this instance, remember there were people that owned it and have been there 15 years, property address, and choose the label type and actually print the label. Or if there's an efficiency factor and something that you like to be efficient with, I can actually come to click send mailers, call the campaign, And I can go to a third party where I can actually take these addresses and information and take a step-by-step process of creating, okay, creating this. It's powered by PCM Digital. I get bulk rating on it, and I can come and create a postcard, 67 pieces printed and mailed for $44.22. I have a 6x8 postcard, so it's a bigger one, right? I have a larger one, a letter, etc. I see Maggie there explaining again the high-low. Thank you, Maggie. And I want you to understand that this is a great price. I can choose a design and I can follow this step by step. So you can enhance your business, grow yourself in a farm area. But I wanted you to know, I asked you for zip codes. Zip codes are huge. And what did I do? I isolated an area. So I can do that this week, next week, the next little chunk, etc. So I don't have to do this like whole search where I have to send thousands of dollars worth of marketing if I'm just getting started out or I'm budgeting myself. I want you to see that you can do this in segments and pieces. But I also want to see how easy, because sometimes we're not sure what to do. And you can actually come here and choose a design, do something quickly, make it look professional. It is at a great rate, I think. And the most important, easy to use and click through. So it takes a minute here to walk you through, but you can choose it, personalize it, put in your information, order, and mail and have it delivered. All of this at the price that you see here. And this is what I wanted you to see before we go to the next item, where you can do absentee owner, fully editable, general farm, which is what I was doing here, general farm, a holiday greeting, holiday card with envelope, just listed, just sold. The options are endless and they're all available to you here through that Remine product. One more feature, one more interesting item, something easy to use and enhance your business. Last but not least, I'm going to come back into our gateway and we have one more product. If you'd like to enhance your business and reach, right, and you're looking to have postcards or make yourself known in an area, we have on the very bottom here, Every Door Direct Mail. Every Door Direct Mail lets you use a postal code and information to go out and be able to reach into residences, so EDDM. In the handout Maggie gave you at the very beginning, and we can send again, we gave links and information to all of these. This is a presentation. I want you to be enticed. Take one of these things and go with it. I hope all of you use our eProperty Watch Savvy card, that Remine possibility, and of course this. You come here and you get started. Every Door Direct Mail lets you connect to an area. You take the target, the right prospects, create your offer, and launch a campaign. They have powerful marketing that gets results. So they have announcements and items that you can send, right? There's a support area for them. This is a third party. So if you need help and support, you do have information from them here, an 800 number in a sales area. All right. We can go ahead and get started. So we'll click through. Okay. It'll ask you here to start with an area. So I'm going to go ahead and put. Okay. And I want to do 33133, right? And I want to isolate it to maybe 2 miles or a drive time. You can put demographics, and I'm going to go show my prospects. They do have a video on how to use this. It takes you to your area. You see here, I can zoom in and out. I can choose mail routes in the area. So I can choose here, there's 382 homes and 173 apartments. I can click and select it. That gives me a total of 555 that I can possibly send to, right? I can have a display ad, a Facebook ad, or an email ad sent in this area. And I can click save and continue, name my map. And this is Every Door Direct Mail works with the US Postal Service and their postal route. And what you're doing here is gathering the information, right? You can create your account by coming into here, putting in your info. I'm going to go ahead and log in because I have a login. Okay. Sign in. You create your login once and you go ahead and it'll start logging you in. Let's give it a second. But I wanted you to see how easy. All I did was put an address, an area I was interested in. I'll tell my computer to save it. And now I can choose every door direct mail, configure your direct mailing campaign. I can choose my mail format. Okay, so let's say I want it to be a striking large postcard. Okay, and it starts to tell me what the cost is going to be. Upload artwork, free template, professional design service. Let's say I want a template. It takes a minute. I can choose a template. I can come to the top and I'm going to put here real estate as a category, or let's see if I have one here. Let me see. Alrighty, so let's look here. Legal services, outdoor. Oh wow, it used to be easy for me to select. Let's put investment. Let's see what shows up. So here you have a template to choose from. You go ahead and select or view the template. Let me put home here. Let's see what happens if I put home. Farming, mortgage lenders, undefined, home front. Here you go. Home would have been the key. There, I knew there was a way. So I want to go ahead and I'm going to select it, but you can actually view it, right? So you select it, create choice, and you start to put in your items, right? Mail all of your pieces at once. Okay. Or look, it said no, and then you can choose one drop, etc. Select delivery week. All right. Extra copies optional if you'd like. Enter a return address. So you would put in your address. Right. You have some digital info that they offer, and you would click checkout. So what have we done today? We have reviewed every door direct mail, Remine Pro for the mailing feature, right? To be able to find your area of interest, grab what you want, and go ahead and choose to do a mail out. Savvy card. I don't want you out there doing what? Not having a card to share or not having an interactive card that could be so much fun to share. Savvy card. And the other thing we did was we went ahead and we did every door direct. We did the e-property watch. These are 4 magnificent tools that are free from Miami that you can go ahead and start to use to enhance your business. I really hope that you enjoyed our class today. I want to thank all of you for being Miami members, for being with us. Creating the mailers does come at additional cost, sure. But you can actually take those and do them yourself. I was just showing that you can actually print mailing labels, etc. I want to thank Maggie for being there and answering all of your questions. I want to thank you for being so interactive. We will be available again at 11 in Spanish. I do want to give a shout out to Randy, who's stuck and he's always comes to class and stays. I see him right there with his camera on. His information was provided in the chat and he'll reach out to you a little later, I'm sure, and let you know that the idea is to offer you in this month of June classes and courses, enhanced and new, that give you the ability to see everything that you have at your fingertips for being a Miami member. We hope you've enjoyed the class. Thank you all for being with us. I hope you got the file. So let me 1 more second, send that file again. Members,